Hello everyone, welcome back to my Tech Stack Learning channel. So I'm going to start a good course around the GenAI, that is the one of the popular framework in GenAI is the LangChain. So I am starting a series of sessions on this LangChain framework. Stay tuned, and this is my first session where I am going to start the high level overview of what is LangChain, what's the history behind the LangChain, what are the core concepts, and what are the real world examples on a high level in this particular session. Okay, stay tuned for this session and for the upcoming session as well. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe right away. So let's get started. So now let's see the core idea of LangChain, right? So LangChain is an open source framework designed basically to make it easier to build the applications which is powered by the LLMs, right? That is one of the core idea behind the LangChain introduction, right? Instead of just sending a prompt to an LLM and like GPT or Cloud, right, or any other LLM, right, just getting back the text, the LangChain, instead of just getting back the response from the LLMs, right, LangChain helps developers to connect LLM with external data sources, right, like databases, or it could be an API, or it could be a web, right? And it builds a chains of reasoning steps, like it's like multi-step workflows, or it could be an agents, right? And majorly it maintains the memory, right, the state and the memory across the interactions. And it also helps, it's like a production ready applications. So it has a like monitoring features, tracing, or the debugging, right? So basically in short, we can say LangChain is like a glue between LLMs and the real world applications. So now let's see what's the history behind LangChain, right? So in the year 2022, that is the month of October, LangChain was created by Harrison Chase. Okay, so while at basically it was a robust intelligence during at that time, and late 2022 became popular as developers searched for ways to build more complex uh, apps with GPT-3. And in 2023, it exploded in popularity alongside ChatGPT being a boom, right? They got funding from Benchmark, Secure, and other partners, and became the foundation for hundreds of startups and tools, right? So ecosystem is split into core libraries for maintainability. It could be like LangChain, LangGraph, or it could be the integration with the LangSmith for this debugging and things, right? So this is basically the history of our LangChain. Okay, now let's see what are the how does the LangChain ecosystem looks like, right? It's just not one package; it's like a modular ecosystem. So first, let's read the core libraries what it has, right? So LangChain core, right? So it's a fundamental interfaces. Basically, it has models, the prompts, the messages, or output parts. So these are the interfaces it just provides, right? So LangChain itself is a official integration with OpenAI, or it could be Anthropic or any LLM. It provides an interfaces. LangChain community is basically community driven integrations, like for databases, for APIs or tools. And last but not the least, LangGraph. This is basically orchestration framework for multi-step agent workflow. These are the core libraries it offers. Okay. Next, if you see the developer tools, we have LangSmith, basically, which is used for monitoring and debugging, or if you want to trace something, or for evaluation for LLM apps, we can use the LangSmith. LangServe is majorly used for fast API based server to deploy LangChain apps or the APIs. Okay. Then comes the community. So it provides the open source. It's an open source with thousands of contributors. So actively the GitHub or the Slack is maintained, partnered with enterprises for the production grade apps. Okay. Then comes um, uh, the integrations, right? So the integrations, we have it for the vector stores like Pinecone and Chroma or files, and data loaders like PDF, Notion, or Google Docs. External API integrations could be anything, and any environments could be like deployment environments could be like Streamlit or Gradle or any other AWS or Azure. Okay, this is how the overall ecosystem looks like. So now let's see why does this LangChain exist, right? So LLMs alone has its own limitations, starting from being stateless and it's kind of more limited, right? So basically they don't have the context between the queries. They hallucinate facts, right? And they cannot directly access to any external knowledge, or they need a kind of structured outputs for real apps, right? So these are the kind of limitations which LLM as alone or a standalone works, right? So when you combine LLM with the LangChain, we have a magic, right? So it gives you the memory, so conversation persists. Then it gives you the RAG, which you can pull the knowledges, connect models to the private knowledge bases, or you have an agents which allows LLM to decide when to call or the APIs, right? It's a decision reasoning and things. Then we have the pipelines and chains, basically standard way of to combine steps like prompts, models, parts, and actions. Now let's see what are the core concept LangChain offers, right? So let's start with the prompt templates. Basically, it is mainly used for managing the dynamic prompts, okay, which is very much useful for the comprehensive solutions, right? Then we have chains, which basically connect the multiple components like LLM, retriever, and the parser, right? And then we have memory, which keeps state in the conversations, which is very much useful, right? Agents, which is mainly you like LLMs that use tools and make decisions. This will be helpful, right? Tools and plugins, like we can connect to an APIs, database, or any kind of web search. That is why the tools are useful for. Then we have retrievers to majorly to fetch the relevant data from the vector DBs or the knowledge bases, right? And last but not least, we have the output parsers, basically, which allows you to structure your data. Correct. So this is how these are the core concepts of the LangChain on high level. So now let's see simple example with and without using a LangChain, right? So I have created one folder called LangChain Pros where we will go ahead and create all the LangChain related examples inside that. So let me first create one example. The first example dot py, where we will see the difference between without LangChain. Okay, so let's import directly the Azure OpenAI. Then we will import OS. Then from .env import load .env. Okay, then we will load.env. Okay, because all my keys and things are available in the .env, hence I'm using the .env module. Okay, then I will declare now Azure OpenAI off. Then we'll just put API version equal to, then os dot get env off. Then I'll put it's all full in caps for me, OpenAI version. Then I will just put a comma, and then I'll put Azure endpoint equal to os dot get env of Azure OpenAI endpoint. Okay, then API key equal to os dot get env of Azure OpenAI key. Okay, so this is what my client looks like, and the response equal to client dot chat dot completions dot create of, right? Then I'll create what all messages I have to pass. So I'll just put then we'll have role colon user comma then content colon hello. This is my uh, content. Okay, then I'll put max tokens equal to 4096 for now, and then temper I always get confused with the temperature wordings. So 150, I want more randomness. Okay, then I'll put model equal to os dot get env of Azure OpenAI deployment. Okay, then I'll do print of response dot choices of 0 dot message dot content. Okay, so this is without LangChain. So let's run it. I'll just move to the LangChain folder, and then I'll run Python first. Yeah, you can see it has created. Now what I'll do is with LangChain, how does the code looks, right? With LangChain, how does the code looks, right? So let me just import OS from I'll just copy paste this these modules from here. These all are required. I will also copy paste the entire thing and will update it. Okay, so and in addition to this I need one more call. This I don't need because I'm not going to use this, right? I'll be using from LangChain. I'll be using from community dot chat models import Azure chat OpenAI. Okay, then I'll put LLM equal to Azure chat OpenAI. Azure chat OpenAI, and I'll just put this Azure endpoint will be the same. Then API version, the parameter for this is OpenAI API version. Okay, then for this one also we have OpenAI API key. Okay, then for Azure endpoint is fine, and I'll have to add one more for deployment, right? Deployment name equal to, so this is my deployment, right? So I'll just paste this. Okay, so my LLM is up. Now what I'll do here is I'll just put response equal to LLM dot predict of hello. Then I'll print response. Okay, let's see how this is working. they both has given the response, right? This is the difference between the way we invoke the direct LLM plus with the, because these all are set up within the wrapper, right? So you don't have to explicitly mention all this. If you want to override certain things, maybe you can, but the default things are already there, and you don't have to structure it. It will handle on its own, right? So that is how the LLM wrappers work, which is very much good to use the LangChain. Okay, now let's see what are the other frameworks on high level we have compared to the LangChain, right? We have Llama. LangChain, as you all know, it's a full stack capabilities which includes like memory, RAG, agents, integrations. It's like a full stack capabilities or the features it has, right? And Llama Index is majorly focused on data ingestions and the retrieval, strong for RAG, right? This is very much important, and it also has advanced with latest features now. And we have this haystack or the enterprise grade or the NLP, right? So it's mainly for the enterprise levels. So apart from this, there are lots of other frameworks in the market, which we can see in later look once the LangChain is done, like compare with other frameworks and see how it works, right? So now let's see on high level, what are the different types of real world use cases we can expect to be developed using the LangChain, right? So first one, customer support chatbots, mainly for documents plus RAG, right? Which is very much straightforward use case. Then we have a research assistants, like which is majorly for summarizing PDFs or papers or etc. Then SQL Q&A, basically ask database questions in a natural language, like basically text to SQL, and then get the response in a summarized way. Then we have business intelligence tools, like which you can use for Excel, CSV, and the Q&A, right? So that is very much important. Knowledge management is mainly for enterprise search, like you can have the enterprise level knowledge base which can be accessed in different areas. Multimodal apps is majorly for text, media, or the audio type of content, right? And multi-agent system is for like complete end-to-end automation flows, right? These are the certain high-level use cases which we can expect to be built using the LangChain. So this is one first session on the LangChain, and we are coming to an end for this particular session of what is LangChain, how does it work, what are the core ideas, and I hope you guys have understood the core concepts and the ideas behind the LangChain, why we have to use LangChain, right? It's basically to transform the raw AI model into a real production ready applications, correct? So by adding the stage, the memories, the retrievals, etc. So if you like this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be coming with a series of LangChain courses in the upcoming session. So please stay tuned, and give it a thumbs up if you like, and comment, put a comment in your comment box so that I can come up with the respective sessions. Thank you.